Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. A double honor to our apostles at Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. Amen. Hey, this guy Duder, all right, he doesn't have any chill, man. And if you don't know, Rodrigo Duder is the current president of the Philippines, which he said, quote, hit them, Duder tells Filipinos to shoot corrupt officials, promise no prison time. So this guy, he ain't got no chill. And this is coming from the article that you see on the screen, all right, which was published today, all right, September 13th, 2019. And it can be found on RT, which is a news outlet for international news, Russia Today. Philippines President Rodrigo Duter has invited citizens to shoot but not kill any public officials they witnessed taking bribes, promising immunity from persecution, provided the corrupt bureaucrat survives. So basically, he's telling his citizens that they can shoot or even whoop an official's ass just as long as they don't kill a guy, which this will never be accepted within America, all right, because this place is the most corrupt place on the planet Earth. All right, this place is the most corrupt place on the planet Earth. All right, and through the policies and the corruption of this place, all right, they're corrupting the world or have corrupted the world. But anyways, all right, because of the corruption of this place, all right, there's going to be sedition against government officials, all right, seditions against tax or debt collectors, and even seditions against the police. All right, because they have created a system of corruption, all right, and of taking bribes and of extortion and of injustice to the point where the civilians of this place are becoming upset at these government leaders of Babylon. You know, so eventually there's going to be seditions. And when you go over to the book of Luke, see, the 3rd chapter, which this doesn't apply to Esau, Edom. All right, within this chapter, Yahweh Shai was dealing and speaking to Israelites, which you had Israelites that were considered publicans. All right, and you also had Israelites that were considered soldiers. You had Israelites that were in the Roman army. So they were coming to be baptized, and they asked Yahweh Shai, what must they do, you know, so that they can receive salvation too? And this is what Yahweh Shai said unto them. It says, then came also the publicans to be baptized, and said unto him, Master, what shall we do? And he said unto them, exact no more than that which ye are appointed. So you had even back then, you had corruption going on, all right, where they were taking more than what they were supposed to. All right, they were bribing and extorting people. All right. And the word publican, when you go into that word, talones, a renter or farmer of taxes. So you got somebody that will farm land, but you have somebody that also farm money. So they'll loan out some money to someone, and what they'll do is they'll reap double or triple. It says among the Romans, usually a man of equestrian rank, a tax gatherer, collector of taxes or tolls, one employed by a publican or farmer, generally in the collection of taxes. All right, the tax collector were, as a class, detested not only by the Jews, but by other nations also, both on account of their employment and the harshness, greed, and deception with which they did their job. So the same thing is going on today within this government. And reading on, it says, and the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, and what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely, and be content with your wages. Now, as I stated earlier, these particular individuals that were coming into Yahushua were actually Israelites. All right, but today you have publicans and you have soldiers, which are today the local soldiers will be known as police officers. And what do? All right, they extort people. They take bribes. All right, the police officers, they lock or they'll give you a ticket. All right, and say that you did something, knowing that you didn't do it, just so that they can meet their quota and get more money. Or you have some police officers that are even bold to the fact where they would try to extort you right there on the spot. That's the reason why they came up with some certain things that are known as I forget what they call, but the cameras that they wear to record, which a lot of time the police officers erases that footage off of it. So they'll bribe you right there on the spot, especially if they know that you got some money. Or they'll send you to the court knowing that the court is going to judge in their favor, which they all work together. And basically in this place, you got a bunch of laws that are being formed every day. Every year, there's at least 4,000 new laws. And that reminds me of the quote from Tacitus, which I'll read it in Latin, and I'll also quote it in English, which it reads, corruptissima republica plurimae leges, which means the more corrupt the state, the more numerous the laws. So they constantly have new laws coming out. And what is this leading to? This is leading to people being upset. They're tired of being extorted by their government. They're tired of being ripped off. So eventually that's going to lead unto seditions. As it states within 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, which I'll come around to that. But when it comes down to Esau's laws, they say this, according to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter in the 11th, I'll start at the 10th verse. It says, let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widows, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found nothing worth. All right, so they ain't nothing anyway. All right, they're feeble, they're weak, they're poor. All right, we can just rip them off. So let us decree unrighteous decrees. All right, because there's no one that's going to stand up to defend them. All right, they ain't got no choice but to pay the sums of money that we imply upon them. Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievous, which they have prescribed. And what they have prescribed is all of these different laws. To turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right of the poor of my people, all right, that the widows may be a prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Which shows you that they're not righteous. All right. But they too are publicans, and they too are soldiers, but they don't have the integrity to do that which is righteous. So what do? They write new laws. All right. grievous laws, which they have prescribed out of mischief. Psalms 94:20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? All right, which frameth mischief by law. So that's how you frame your laws, out of mischief. All right. What can I do to get over? What can I do to make more money? And there's a bunch of laws that don't make sense. They got a law here in Michigan, which I'll be fair to say that I haven't seen anybody penalized for it. But basically, if you spit in the street, they'll fine you. Verse 21, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn innocent blood. All right, so the people that are worthy to be, thrown in jail and locked up or killed, you don't kill, or you don't destroy, or you don't lock them up in prison. But the people that should go to jail, guess what? If they give you a bribe, if they got enough money and they can pay you the sum that you are happy with, then guess what? You let them go scot-free. You don't put homosexuals to death. All right, you don't put adulterers and adulteresses to death. All right. If someone murders someone and they have enough money to give to the courts, guess what? That court would judge in the favor of letting that person go, even though that they committed a crime. All right, people that blaspheme the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you don't put them to death. So guess what? Your laws isn't the laws of justice in all actuality, even though you have something called the justice system. That's the reason why, going back to Wisdom of Solomon, all right, 2:12, it says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn, all right, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending of the law, all right, and objective to the infamy, the transgression of our education. And infamy means to have an ill name. So the elites of America, all right, in this place, the Edomites in this place, hey, you have a bad name. All right, and you believe that you're educated. All right, but you're just educated on how to, keep this system going and keep that corruption going. But anyways, it says that he upbraideth us with our offending of the law, which shows you that Esau's law is a different law from the Most High Heavenly Father. All right, his laws are unrighteous decrees. All right, which he pretty much put out there to extort you. All right, to bribe you. You can be driving and not be on your cell phone, and the cop can say, oh, you had your cell phone in your hand. And you can argue up and down with him, no, I didn't. And guess what? He'll write you a ticket. You have to go before the court. And if the court says that you were driving with the cell phone in your hand, even though they were not witnesses, you will have to pay whatever sum that they lay upon you. All right, this is unrighteousness, man. And this is wickedness. And this is reason why this man's system has to go down. But this is also the reason why there's going to be seditions. All right, going over to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and going down to the 16th verse, which I can start at 15. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So what is a sedition? Let's look it up. All right, in sedition, conduct or speak, inciting people to rebel against the authority of state or monarchs. Which eventually there's going to be a rebellion against them. All right, you got the officials of this place and different people in different ranks in government or in the banking system, all right, that are leaving, all right, this place because they can see the things that are about to happen. All right, they see the things that are being caused, all right, through All right, the people that are ruling over. All right, they see the race riots coming, and they're afraid. They see the seditions coming, and they are afraid. All right, so they're fleeing this place. All right, in that day, you got police officers. They're not going to do their job because guess what? People are going to be angry at cops. All right, for the violence that they have received from the cops. All right, from the extortion, from the bribery. All right, these government officials are going to go into hiding. All right, these people that are in different spots in government, they're going to go into hiding. And that's the reason why in that day, all right, it's going to be like what you've seen in the movie World War Z, where there was complete chaos and rioting, all right, and looting. And they went into a grocery store to get some food, all right, because everything was going haywire and everybody was going nuts, or you know, they were out of their mind. So there were men that tried to rape his wife, all right, and he killed him. And he saw a cop coming, and guess what? The cop ran right past him. All right, in that day, people are going to rise up against, police officers and different officials. All right, within the seditions that are going to happen. All right, which we're just reporting these things by way of prophecy. All right, that's about to go down in this place, man. All right, we're just reporting it. You know how a news reporter reports the weather? Well, we're reporting, all right, the things that are about to take place within this place. And it's because of the wicked officials that are ruling over. It's because of the wicked rulers that are ruling over this place. And then eventually what's going to happen is, all right, the Lord is going to destroy America completely. As it states within the book of Job, the 15th chapter, and going down to the 34th verse, it says, "For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. All right, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery." And the hypocrites are Esau, Edom. All right, which they'll tell you not to do a certain thing, and then they'll turn around and do the same thing. Now, the punishment that they'll punish you for, all right, they don't punish themselves for the same thing, which makes them what? A hypocrite. All right, that makes them a hypocrite. So the fire, which is thermonuclear destruction, is eventually going to destroy this place. And what did the scriptures call it? The tabernacle of briberies. The word there for bribery is shakad, which means a present or a bribe. To give a present, a bribe, ransom, offer, or gifts. All right, which this place is it became rich through extortion. All right, and you extorted the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of free labor. All right, and had them working under harsh conditions. All right, in the threat of their life. There was no due process for them. But anyways, you're going to be repaid back from that in the highest courts, which is the courts of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, you're going to be judged for all the things that you did. And the ultimate judgment is to bring fire upon the tabernacle of bribery. But all of these things that are happening are signs to show you that Esau, Edom is in the decline. All right, that their system that they have created in the world is coming down, and them right along with it. So with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.